Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a Kylie Jenner inspired makeup look, and in the photo, which I will leave for you guys in the description box so you can check it out, she has like on this beautiful smoky eye and beautiful lip. Obviously the one that she's wearing, like the lipsticks, is one of her own liquid lipsticks from her own line. It's called Dolce or Dolce K, one of those. But I show you how to recreate that lip as well as everything else that she had on in this tutorial. So if you guys want to see what I used, keep on watching. Alright, I'm starting off with the Too Faced Born This Way foundation in Natural Beige, and I'm applying one even coat all over the face with a foundation brush. And then I'm going to switch it up to a damp beauty blender to start working the product into the skin and making sure it's all well blended. I love this foundation for giving me full coverage. Next up, I'm going to use the Makeup Forever Sculpting Brow Pencil to start filling in the brows, and this is a new product from Makeup Forever, and it's super similar to the Anastasia Brow Definer, and I'm liking the color of it because it's more of an ashy brown, and that also reminds me to tell you guys the color. This is number 40. Now I'm using the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer as an eyeshadow primer and to clean up under the brows. And for shadow, I'll be using the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette, and starting by mixing Divinity and Pecan Praline together for a wash of color all over the lid. Next, I'm taking more of Divinity and applying that to the brow bone for that matte pop of color, and I did apply 2 layers of this because I really wanted this area to pop. Next, I'm using Mocha, a matte brown, and applying that with a fluffy brush to the crease. And then I'm going to take some more of this color with the same brush and apply that to the outer V, just sweeping a bit of color onto the edges of the eye. And this is going to give you that soft, smoky look since it's such a subtle brown. And just bring the shadow a third way onto the lid in back and forth flicks. Now I'm using Almond Truffle, and it's like a light pinky brown. It's also matte, and I'm using a crease brush now and placing that into the hollows of the lids to add a bit of definition. It's more to add a bit of warmth and color to the lids than anything else because you don't want to add anything too dark to break up the soft look we have going. And now I needed a bit more warmth, so I dipped into the semi-sweet chocolate bar and used mousse and peanut butter. It's like a light brown and orange, and swept this mix onto the outer edges of the lid and slightly up into the crease. So Kylie had a subtle liner on, so I used a brown and did a thin line as close to the lash line as possible. I also used the brown to rim my waterline as well, and then I give it a little baby wing. Just a little one. It's kind of refreshing to do, like a small one, since you know I love a bold extended liner. I finished with some mascara and by applying a pair of Falsies, and I did do a full how to apply false lashes video very recently, so if you're looking for a tutorial on that, I'll be sure to link that for you guys. Okay, complexion now. I used the new Sculpting palette from Makeup Forever to highlight and contour. I started by applying the light tone cream underneath the eyes first. Then I used it around the mouth, chin, and forehead. Basically all of the high points of the face, and then I used just a bit of the Nars concealer again in a small triangle right underneath the eyes to conceal any darkness. Then I used the contour shade with the bottom rounded side of the sponge and dab that onto the forehead and then the cheeks to warm up the face. And I'm really liking the consistency of this palette. It just glides on. Sometimes, you know, when you use creams, they're just a bit stiff. Like you really got to warm up the product before applying it to the face. But this stuff just goes on super smoothly. And yeah, then once it was all blended in, I used the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Powder to set everything in place. For the lower lash line, I used Almond Truffle again and swept that on from side to side. Kylie's was pretty thick and smoky under the eyes, so I used a bit of Mocha, which is the darker brown, to smoke it out a little bit more. Then to finish up the eyes, I rimmed my waterline with the brown liner again and applied some mascara to the bottom lashes. Next up, I used the Hoola bronzer for a bit more definition. I just buffed some more color into the hairline and the contours of the cheekbones to really frame out the face more. And by doing this, you're going to make the lighter highlighted parts of the face pop even more. Kylie had on some blush, but it was on the softer side, so I just added a light application of the NYX Blush in Spice and then smoothed over it with a powder brush so it looked blended. Okay, time for them lips. I dabbed some foundation over my lips to cancel out the natural color and then took my Kevyn Aucoin medium lip liner and started to define the lips just outside of their natural lines to make them look more plump. This is a Kylie tutorial, so you know we had to do it. Then it turns out my fave liner makes a pretty good mauve lip, so I filled the lips in with this too. And then I took Coffee Bean lip pencil from Rimmel and started to trace over my lip lines again, focusing on the outer edges. We're basically doing what we did to the eyes by adding a darker shade to the outer V of the lips now rather than the eyes, and this is going to add major definition. Once it was on there, I took a brush and started to blend the two shades together and smooth the lip lines out so they didn't look too harsh. And then I went back in with the first liner and just added it to the centers of the lips to make sure it appeared lighter there. And you could totally stop here. Totally good. But I wanted to take it one step further, so I added a bit of Dubai liquid lipstick from Ofra and dabbed it on the center of the lips. Just a little tiny bit, and then I used my finger to smooth everything out. And that's my Kylie makeup tutorial. I hope you guys liked it. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up if you did, subscribe to my channel if you're new, and be sure to check out my description box for all of the details, including all the products I used, as well as links to my Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter. You guys know the drill. And that's it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.